Okay, just a quick video on what to do with your Zap if you add a new field. Okay, so just been doing a few tests here. So one of the first things you have to do is you have to go back, not quite that step, this step here. What you need to do is, sorry, let me just make sure I got the right step. No. Okay, no. So this one's fine. Yep, I think it's this one here. You just refresh the field, come back to test this step, and you pull in more samples. I just did that a few minutes ago. So what you're going to see is, okay, so this is a new field that I'm trying to test with. It's just a new phone number field, and when you go ahead and grab more samples, your latest lead will pop up, and so that's this one here. Now that we've got that, this is the one that I want to map. So I want to go continue, and then comes the next step, which is my ESP. In this case, I'm just testing with MailChimp. Could be any other ESP. And you're going to come down through to set up your template. I can pick the field. You can pick your email subscribe. Let me just go ahead and do that. I used Nick 100 plus 100. That's a little trick. I don't know if any of you know this, but if you don't, just use that. Whenever you're testing, if you want to sort of make sure that each email is seen as unique, especially if you're trying to use the same email over and over and over again, sometimes the ESP will reject it to say this is a duplicate. So to show that it's not a duplicate, just add a +1, +2, +3. In this case, I added a +100. Opt-in, it's optional, but I'm just going to make that no. Now, I'm going to come down here and see that I added a phone number field here, but that phone number field does not exist in MailChimp. And the reason for that is because you need to create that field in MailChimp. Right, so I'm just going to come in here, settings. I'm going to go into list fields. And you can see that's email, first name, last name, and source. So it's picking up first name, last name, source, and email up here, which is the required field. So I'm going to go ahead and add phone number here. So I'm going to add a field. I don't know if there's a phone field. So let's just use that. Yeah. So that's just going to be phone underscore test. I'm not going to make it required. Make it visible. And I'm just going to call this phone. If there's no default, I'm just going to go ahead, and the format's going to be international, correct. Okay, so let's just save that. Okay, I have a connection failure for some reason. Did that save? Okay, let's see. Yeah, that seems to have saved, so let's hope for the best here. I'm going to go back, go refresh fields, and see it's picked up the phone field now. So now I can go ahead and map that from the phone field that I picked up on this side here, which is going to be that field there. So now my field is mapped for phone. If I want my first name, I can do that. So the thing to make sure, or the step that's missing, is if you want to see a field here, you have to go manually into your ESP and create that, or CRM, or whatever system you're using, because there's no other way to pick it up. To pick the latest lead on your lead sook side, you have to make sure that you come in here and pick the decision tree, refresh that. Come over here, and when you pull the lead in, just make sure that it's pulling in the most recent lead. Sometimes it can take 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not sure. That's just the way that Zapier works. It's not the fastest system on the planet. And there you go. There's my field right. You just want to make sure that your field appears inside in one of the samples. And how the samples work is your most recent lead is going to pop up at the top, and then the second most recent one, and then the third one. So let's say if this is the one that you did now, this is the one you did yesterday, then the yesterday one will pop up at the bottom, and the most recent one will pop up at the top. I don't know why they say lead A, B, and C. It should probably be chronologically ordered, but that's okay. Just know that the most recent one is sitting in lead A. Now that it shows you that the field is being pulled that you're looking for, and it also does this. See, that's a bug as well in Zapier. That's my field. Then I want to come over to the edit template side and just make sure that when I refresh my field, it shows me my new field, which will only show up if you go into your CRM or ESP and create a new field. And that way it'll pop up here, and then you just make sure you do the mapping, and then go ahead and test it out. So I'm going to test send this one to Zapier, and there you go. It was successfully sent into Zapier. Okay, so the two steps, just to reiterate: firstly, make sure that you are able to pull the lead in on the leads look side, and then secondly, go into edit template, refresh the fields, and you will see that field, but it won't show up unless and until you create one at your CRM. And then the last step is to make sure you test it. And if you go in here, if I go into manage contacts, view contacts, I should probably see it here. And that's where it is, right there with the phone number. Cool. I hope that gives you a quick explanation as to how to go about doing this kind of field mapping and making sure that how to handle field updates. Thank you, and bye for now.